It's Justin Paperny, April 23rd, 2015. Want to jump in with a short story regarding a client who totally inspires me. Many of the people who reach out to me are educated white-collar offenders, both male and female, who have had a great deal of success in their past. Undergraduate degrees, MBAs, doctorate degrees, everything you can imagine, including some making north of seven figures a year. And I want to share this story because my client, or my new client, is totally living faithfully to his values. Rather than issuing platitudes or talking about what's important to him or offering cliches, he was able to tell me that family was important to him, and he walked me through how family is indeed valuable to him. Employment, he said, was valuable to him. And I said, well, hold on. What does that mean employment is valuable to you? You were a successful licensed executive making several $100,000s a year. You lost your career. You have a press release that embarrassed you in your community. You've lost your licenses. Well, how is employment important to you? And he said, Justin, I have a family to support, and no job right now or ever is beneath me. Rather than sit at home and complain and continue to Google my name and feel ashamed for what I did, I want to begin to make measurable steps to show that I'm better and I've learned my lesson. Now, I may have summed it up a little differently than he did, but that's the story. And I said, so what are you doing? He's driving an Uber car many nights a week. So this is an executive who a year ago was earning several $100,000s a year, most of it legitimately. He admits he made some mistakes in business and he's going to go to prison for it. But rather than complain, he's driving an Uber car many times a week and even doing some odd jobs during the week to stay busy, but to make money because he has health insurance and rent and a wife and children to support, and he's aware of the obstacles and what it will cost to live inside a federal prison. And I was so inspired by this conversation because it took me back to a blog that I wrote in prison, December 23rd, 2008, where I was arguing with a good friend of mine, Andrew, with whom I exercised. I call him Arthur in this blog. But in this example, a fellow prisoner, ran up to me and said he was so excited because he had secured employment upon his release at McDonald's, or a fast food place. And rather than applauding him, my friend said that he could never work at McDonald's. In fact, he'd rather stay in prison, and such a job would be beneath him. And I frequently, through my work, remind soon-to-be prisoners that we have to learn to think differently as a result of our conviction. And thinking differently requires that we're starting over. And we have to begin the process of living a law-abiding life. And maybe the initial job today isn't where we want to be in 1, 3, 5, or 10 years, but it's a start. And I'm no different. Upon my release, I returned to the real estate office where I once did million-dollar deals. But instead of doing deals, I was a receptionist, picking up the phone, pouring coffee, licking envelopes, sending faxes, and doing some social media work, certainly beneath my skill set picking up phones. However, it was a start. I was out of prison. I wanted to show my probation officer that I could secure employment, that I could live a law-abiding life, and that I was willing to start over, and that I was proving worthy of the opportunity. So some of the people that reach out to me are very educated and smart, and will continue to be successful. However, this is a blip in their life, and we need to use the experience productively. And that includes working prior to going to prison if you've lost your career. I'm not saying that everyone should drive an Uber car. I'm not saying that everyone should do odd jobs or spend all day having to look for work. Some of the people that reach out to me are wealthy, are not in a position to have to work. They're older or retired. For those that have to work, however, and you are able, you should work. You should get out of the house and be productive, continue to nurture relationships, and prove worthy of additional opportunities because people will take notice. So it's a pleasure to work with my new client. And I just had to share this. I had to share this blog or this little video and talk about how inspiring it is to me that he's willing to get out there and work despite such heartache and obstacles that he continues to face. So to those of you who are watching this who think that certain jobs might be beneath them, think again. With everything we do, we have to better understand how the decisions we make today will influence our life in 1, 3, 5, and 10 years, and consider the alternative of not acting, of not saving up some money or paying your bills or have to rely upon others to help you. We've already encumbered our family enough with this conviction. We've already brought them enough pain as a result of our conviction or guilty plea, conviction at trial, whatever it is. Take action, be different, think differently, begin to earn some money, even if it's not several $100,000 a year, as with the case with my new client. If it requires working at McDonald's, work at McDonald's. If it requires driving an Uber car, drive an Uber car. Or if in my case it requires picking up the phone at a real estate office for several months after prison, that's what you do. That's what it takes. It's all part of the journey. That's the video for today. To learn more, feel free to reach out, 818-424-2220. Work hard. I wish all of you the best. Think differently. Do what you have to do to begin rebuilding your life, even if it's at a job that you think is beneath your skill set. We're starting over. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.